Good morning or afternoon, depending on when you choose to read or read over this matrix and this assignment and watch this video. I'm posting this early, so I am posting this tonight, which is Monday night, but this assignment is actually for Tuesday, and then it also discusses what you'll be doing on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And so we're going to start by looking at the matrix. So if you take a look here at this matrix, you'll see that today is a holiday. And so because of the holiday, none of your teachers have given you any new assignments. But I wanted to give you a head start if you needed that head start. Especially those of you who are a little bit behind, it could be helpful to know what you are expected to do this week, since it's a lot of work for those of you who have not been keeping up. For those of you who have, it's very light. There's not a lot of work that you'll need to do this week. So let's begin. So to begin with, this box right here is tomorrow, and this is what you can get started on today if you'd like. So included is the video and then Google Slides, and the Google Slides are a summary of all of the work that you should have done up until this point, only focusing on Google Slides, not on Google Forms. And I stopped using Google Forms because a lot of you were thinking that that was part of the main assignment, and it wasn't. The Google Slides was the most important part, so I stopped using the Google Forms for that. Tomorrow, you will also get a head start, if you like, on Wednesday's work, which is Unit 6, Lesson 7, our final lesson in this unit, as well as in this year. And then on Thursday, you'll be given your COL, a cumulative COL, which will include work from Unit 5, Unit 6, and also some from Unit 4. And this will be your final COL grade. We'll take a look a little bit more in detail at that in a moment. And then finally, on Friday, you should have everything done by Thursday in terms of lessons. That way you're prepared for your COL, but if not, please make sure that you've revised all your lessons and use those revisions to help you to do your best work on the cumulative COL. All right, so let's talk about these one at a time. To begin with, the Unit 5 and 6 summary. So that's going to look like this. In the Unit 5 and 6 summary, you'll see a recording right here. So you can click on the recording and it will give you the directions for what to do on both of the two slides, or you can read it for yourself. And the first slide is all Unit 5. The second slide is all Unit 6. If you have not earned an 8 out of 10 on late work or a 10 out of 10 on work that was turned in on time and then revised, then you will need to make sure that you earn that 10 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 by going back, fixing any old lessons, and then making sure that you earn that credit. If you have a lot to do, my recommendation is that you focus on anything with a star. So anything with a star means that it is the highest importance to prepare you for your COL, and so you'll want to focus your attention on those and then come back to fill in the rest of them once you are able to. So those stars will help you the most in being able to show your best thinking and learning. All right, so that's the summary. It's really important that you do this homework list of your grades, that it's accurate, and that you are actively working on fixing the grades that you did earn if they aren't 8 out of 10s or 10 out of 10s. It is your responsibility to have learned these skills, and this is a huge part of showing that responsibility and taking ownership of what you needed to learn. All right, before we move into Wednesday's lesson, I wanted to bring up Unit 6, Lesson 6. This was back on Wednesday. Some of you turned it in by Friday, which is fine. That was the due date. You'll notice that I put 2 diamonds here, but when it came to the answer key, I didn't give it to you, and I apologize for that. The diamonds should have told you what the answer was, and so I'm giving that to you now, knowing that many of you watch this video. Hopefully you're seeing this and you realize, oh yeah, I didn't get the diamonds, and so now you have them. For E11, it's 116, and for E12, it's 55. If you did not show all of the thinking to get to that answer, either you got to the answer but you didn't show your full thinking, or you didn't get to that answer, then please go back and revise your work to make sure that it shows that these are the correct answers. That includes definitely anytime you see the exponents, that you are rewriting it on the side as repeated multiplication. So 2 to the 5th means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 5 factors of 2. 3 to the power of 2 means 3 times 3, 2 factors of 3 multiplied. And 5 to the power of 1 means 5, and that's it, just 5. There's only one of them. You don't need any more of them. So it's not even a multiplication problem. It's just, it is its own answer. All right, so hopefully that's helpful on lesson 6. Lesson 7 builds off of that same idea. So the first slide is your do now. Please make sure that images have anything in this box. That's your rubric. When you show your thinking on do now 2, you're then going to see which of the students down below matches your work. Only one of them is correct, and it may be the one that you do. It may be different than the work that you do. So you definitely want to check the diamond to see whether Alec was the correct one or not. And if he wasn't, what was it that he missed? If he was, what were the steps that he did that led him to get the correct answer? So make sure that you check your work before you move on. The next is all video slides. So we have a video for the top going over some things that some students had some struggles on, as well as just basic process with the triangle. A couple of things that people have been confused about is this /4. How does it apply to the work that is in the problem? And what does this dot mean? What do we do with it? What do we not do with it? What does it not mean? So make sure that you watch this video, keeping in mind those two things that are common mistakes among a lot of students, especially on the COLs. And then for the review, I recommend that you do the work for yourself and then use the video to check. That way you can almost have it like a COL that gives you feedback. And that if there are things that you need to fix, that you fix them, including annotations, the integers, and the graphing with labels and dots. All right, the last slide is your work. There are 4 diamonds, so you are welcome to do the diamonds first so you can get that immediate feedback. Make sure that you show your work clearly, and then when you're done, make sure that the images have everything that's in here before you insert that image. These are your diamonds, so they have all the answers to the diamond problems. And I added an extra slide so that you could see the type of work that I'm expecting to see in E5 and E6. If it doesn't look like this, you most likely made a mistake or you're not showing enough thinking. So take a look at this so that that can inform and allow you to grow in your work. All right, so that's everything from this week, except for the COL. So let's go back to the matrix and talk about that briefly. So in your COL, it is important that you are showing your best thinking, that if you have mastered any particular slide on that COL, so the 5.1 slides, there's 2 of them, the 5.2 slide, 6.1, 6.2, you do not need to show that again. If you'd like to, you can, but it won't change your grade. And so I would recommend, both for me and for yourself, that you don't take on more work than is needed right now, that you just do the work that you need to show, the improvement that you need to. Think of the rest as just retakes. If you didn't need to do a retake in class, I wouldn't have you retake that COL. So this is your opportunity to focus on the things that you still need to show. And for those of you who have not been taking the COLs or turning them in on time, you need to do this, and you need to do it on time, and you need to do it well. So because this is your last chance to show what you've learned over the past 2 months. When it comes to 6.2, there is one error that I wanted to discuss, and then I will let you go. So let me take a look at this. All right, so COL, here we go. All right, so when you get to the last slide of the older ones, so 6.2 slide, the surface area one, you'll notice I put a box here, and the box there represents that there were a lot of people who made mistakes. So you aren't actually going to see this box on your own COL. This means 2 times the base length, which we're given, times the parentheses, so quantity of 2 H's plus L. A lot of students misinterpret or misunderstand what 2H means. 2H does not mean 20 something. It's not a 2-digit or a 3-digit number. This is not giving you the first digit. It's not an exponent either. It's not like the exponent that's here on the L. This means 2 sets of H or 2 groups of H. If you had 2 of something, that means doubling it or adding it to itself. It does not mean so suddenly you have 20 and then this, or that you are multiplying it by itself. It's adding it with itself or doubling it, multiplying it by 2. So please make sure you interpret it that way when you solve this problem. And when you solve this problem and the other one, make sure that you write your original formula with the letters, and then write it without the letters, with all the numbers replacing or substituting the variables, and then solve from there using the order in the triangle. If you need any help between now and Friday when everything is due, please make sure you reach out. I will have office hours like normal on Wednesday, but I will not have any other normal office hours. So I'll have my teacher meeting on Tuesday. And aside from that, the rest of my time will be spent grading so that you get that feedback right away, and meeting with students who reach out to me. I've already reached out to you all, so I need you to reach out to me if you need that support, and let me know what times you're available so that I can then reach out to you during those times. All right, I hope you have a good week. I hope it's not too stressful, but I hope if the stress allows you to accomplish what you need to, that you feel that good level of stress, not an overwhelming amount. And I will see you when I see you. Let's end this.